Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Bella, and today we're going to be talking about the winter solstice, Yule or midwinter, occurring on December 21st, 2021. I am going to be sending Reiki to all those participating today and also to the collective. And then I'm going to talk about the energies and a little about the astrology we're seeing right now. Then I'll be wrapping up the video with an oracle reading and a tarot spread for the collective in honor of Yule, midwinter, and the winter solstice. This is the darkest night of the year, December 21st. This is really a time of rest and relaxation and celebration. Despite the harshness of winter we're seeing in most parts, at least where I am, love and light have endured. And now we're going to begin to see, following the December 21st mark, the return of the light. Right now, the darkest days are upon us, but the winter solstice is all about promise of the light to come. So that's why it's time to take a moment for celebration, to be with our families, have some rest, relax, before we begin to transition into longer days and move towards the promise of spring. So before I begin sending Reiki, I'd like to cast a protective circle and do a clearing like I always do. But if you enjoy these videos and you want to leave me a tip or donation, you may do so at paypal.me/BellaImelda, or you can cash at me at BellaImelda. And these are received in great love and appreciation, so thank you guys so much. Before we begin, I'd like you guys to go ahead and get some tea or iced water, light some sage, get your space set up comfortable with candles, get some crystals if you want to work with those, and then just get comfortable and kick back and relax for a little while and just enjoy some Reiki. So please take a few deep breaths with me, come to your center. I'm going to begin by doing a quick protection and clearing, where we ask for a white protective bubble of light to be cast all around us. Only the light may be here, all else must go. All negative energies, unseen influences, or negative thought forms must go in love. We open a gateway of light for them to enter. May they be assisted through back home to the One. And we ask our guides and galactic counterparts to join us here today in love. We call in our higher selves and the ancestors to assist in the healing of our physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. Please deliver any messages that need to come through. We release all blockages and outdated energetic contracts that are no longer beneficial for our highest good. Please cast the highest protection and healing possible on all those participating today. Please surround our homes in infinite white light of love and protection. We are sovereign, we are free, we are unity, we are love. And so it is. So I'm going to tap in now and begin sending Reiki remotely. You will feel the connection last throughout this video while I'm speaking. But now that we've cleared and cast protection, I'm going to connect in and actually begin sending. Today we are listening to a lo-fi Christmas mix. It's almost Christmas time. And I felt called today to work with my rose quartz crystal and my blue lace agate today. So I have those. And yeah, I'm going to light some more sage. I invite you guys to do the same. So if everyone's ready, please get comfortable. Take 2 deep breaths with me. Feel yourself slip into a calm, peaceful state of mind where you can just relax for a little while. I'm going to be sending Reiki and doing a quick channeling to see what's coming up for each chakra, what each chakra needs, and then sort of directing the Reiki to that. It's really going to be more like a prayer affirmation to attract and draw these certain energies and aspects in. So while you're receiving the Reiki, it'll be a comfortable, warm, tingly, glowing sensation. You can visualize the Reiki energy like the sparkly, white, pure light just funneling through your body, clearing away of all blockages and stagnant energies. I picture the Reiki energy to look like the white, sparkling glitter you see on top of fresh snow. This is how I picture it. So, starting at the root, this is the chakra centered around safety, security, protection of your physical vessel and the material aspects. So, making sure we have enough food and goods stocked up that we need so we don't have to go out if there's a snowstorm. Just having a reliable source of energy, heat, everything we need, physically coming in, abundance flowing, no worries about money, having a stable roof over our head, and again, heat, so we're warm enough and comfortable and have everything we need to provide for ourselves and our families. Overall, safe and protected. So moving up into the sacral, the emotional body, how we interact with others, how we interact with ourselves. So any wounds that we're still carrying in this center of the body are now healed, released, and forgiven. If you are single right now, make sure you're taking the time to go within and loving yourself, expressing to yourself, making sure your needs are being met for yourself. And then honoring the friendships, relationships, and other connections you have right now with others. Making sure to flip any lingering self-hatred or shame that's coming up right now and transform that into love back for the self. If you are in a partnership right now, take a moment to honor that person and all the things that they help grow and strengthen within you, and vice versa. And go ahead and move and allow that Reiki energy to flow up into your solar plexus, allowing the momentum of energy to move into the physical, into the manifestation, third density, actualization, physicality. All of our projects that we've been working on are receiving intense momentum. Everything's paying off. We're feeling inspired to take action. We are experiencing success. Things like writer's block is being removed. We're getting divine inspiration. We're also meeting new people, coming into community with like-minded individuals in the physical. Synchronistically meeting random people who can help you on your path and assist you with what you need in your mission. We're receiving wealth and abundance financially, but also receiving the praise and recognition finally that we deserve from the things that we've been working really hard on. So moving up into the heart chakra, feel it in the center of your chest, feelings of gratitude, appreciation, talking to the ancestors and loved ones who've crossed over, in memory, especially around the holidays, taking time to honor them. Doing random acts of kindness, paying it forward type activities, just doing a good deed for no reason for someone else with no expectation of it coming back to you, even though it will. Taking part in charity, donations, small acts of selflessness for others, someone who may be less fortunate than you are right now. Taking time to self-pamper, self-love again. Something about the full moon we just experienced in Gemini, that it's affecting cancers, if you have any of your major placements in Cancer. Because Cancer is ruled by the moon, they're able to tap in easier to the other side. So if you're experiencing moments of connection with loved ones that have passed away, personally for me, I was inspired the other day to play my keyboard that I hadn't played in a long time. I used to play the piano as a kid, and my grandfather also did. When he died, he left me his piano, and I had to sell it when I went to college, and I, was feeling sentimental about it the other night, so I was playing, hadn't played in a long time, and then the next day, I get a text from my mom that the people we sold the piano to want to give it back to me, just out of nowhere. So that is, I feel like, my grandfather's way of telling me, he's there and everything's gonna be okay, and Merry Christmas. I was really excited. I definitely was feeling a lot of emotions. Anyway, moving up into the throat chakra, allowing the Reiki to enter the throat. This is about speaking your truth, not creating arguments with other people, but not allowing delusion to perpetuate in your immediate environment. You have the right to speak what's on your mind. This is also about standing up in your sovereignty and not backing down about something you really believe in. Having the strength and courage to share your opinions freely without fear, to create dialogue, speaking up when something isn't right. It's also about taking action and joining groups who are vocal about a cause you support. Again, releasing the fear and not living and existing in lower vibrational energy. Living authentically without fear or about caring what anyone thinks anymore. And then acting accordingly, living and moving with authentic purpose and certainty in your life. From the throat, let's move the energy upward into the third eye, clearing away all these chakras. Trusting the knowing that's connected to your heart, but also your ability to see beyond 3D reality. Not allowing emotions to dictate reactions. Take a moment to feel into things and then respond from a rational perspective when you receive information. Not immediately flying off the handle, but coming out of the mind and into the knowing and trusting of the heart and responding from there. Living in the knowing that all is well, all that is meant to be will, no matter how it appears on the surface. And again, allowing and releasing into these moments of telepathy, precognition, lucid dreaming, or messages coming in through dreaming, random precognitive experiences. We can learn a lot from our dreams right now. And this connects the third eye to the crown. So moving up finally through the top of your head and the crown, allowing that Reiki healing to take place, and taking time for deep moments of reflection, meditation, relaxation, taking time out of your day to make a relaxing space for you to release, especially with everything going on right now. Tapping into the bigger picture and connecting to your higher self is really going to assist you right now receiving that higher knowledge, not depending on someone in the 3D to tell you what's going on. Even if you can't see it, having the trust that there is something bigger going on for the best, for better. And then connecting with your higher self again and asking, why is this happening to me? Show me. How can I improve on myself? How can I take this experience for myself and then make it easier, make everyday life easier, less resistance? Being humble and dropping the ego, realizing that we are here in a human life. We cannot waste it, no matter what our experience is. And then really developing this connection with the heart through the third eye and then up into the crown. This is going to assist you in everyday waking life. Having the intuition and the wisdom and the knowing to not take life too seriously and to just allow the energy to flow, that all is well. So now notice the difference in the energy in your body. If you can feel it flowing easier with less resistance, more comfortably, more pleasurably. Try to come back into the body now. Do you feel it flowing on your extremities, into the palms of your hands, your heart? Does your face and neck feel like there's less tension? Make sure to drink lots of water and rest after this if you need to. Emotions may pop up here and there for you, old memories, nostalgia, especially being right before Christmas time. Just acknowledge them and release them. Don't let them, dictate again your mood, your state of being. So I'm going to continue sending Reiki while I talk about the energies right now and some astrology. And then through as I do the card readings at the end of this video. So December 21st, this is the Winter Solstice, the first day of winter, also known as midwinter or Yule. It is the longest, darkest night of the year, where if you are where I am on the planet, the sun is at its lowest point in the sky for 3 days. Then after that time, the situation reverses and the days begin to switch and become longer. This goes along with the Christian story of Jesus, where he died on the cross, was dead for 3 days, and then was resurrected and ascended. The sun makes a similar voyage around this time of solstice or Christmas on December 25th. So to me, no matter what your religious or spiritual beliefs, the birth of Jesus was a symbolic representation of the birth of the new. It's this renewal energy and this pure essence being birthed into the 3D existence during the time of retreat celebration, spending time with family around Christmas. The birth was a symbol of hope for life renewing itself and resetting with the new year, and also for the promise of the return of the light spring and then warmer temperatures. So the 18th to 19th of December was the full moon in Gemini. We're still in that full moon energy right now, which is always about harvest and achieving our dreams. Being in Gemini is ruled by the planet of communication, which is Mercury, and it is an air sign. So it represents social variety, connection, and creativity through thought and intelligence. So this full moon in Gemini is creating unease in our conversations. It's allowing issues to come out onto the table, to be talked about and worked through with people. It's creating an emphasis on what we think and how we feel. It's allowing us to reach a point of clarity and release within ourselves. And it's a great time to focus, choose what we want, and then let go of that which no longer serves us. Everything that's out of balance right now is coming into balance at this time, individually and collectively. Everything's coming back into balance. So on December 19th, Chiron ended its retrograde and went direct. Chiron rules our deepest wounds and any past pain that's being cleared so that we can shift into our next level of our lives. Venus is also going to retrograde the same day on the 19th, and this is again going to bring balance and cause a love and relationship reset. It's going to accelerate healing. It's a time to heal any relationship issues, not just romantic love, but all of our personal relationships, bringing them all back into center. So the new you that emerges through all this may require some dynamics to be improved in your life. You may not be standing for things that you used to put up with. Venus is also in Capricorn, and that's about getting back to the basics, getting back to what really matters to our hearts, not superficial things like how it looks on the outside. Venus retrograde is also, FYI, a great time to save money. So the sun is moving from Sagittarius, which is fire sign energy, into the sign of Capricorn, which is earth. So being an earth sign, there's an excellent connection between this midwinter time and the sleeping but soon to awaken land, like earth. So like I previously said in my last video, we're in this super powerful portal energy that began on December 4th, which was the solar eclipse. And then we moved into the 12/12 gate. And now we're here entering this 12/21/21 portal. So there's all this 1-2 energy. Numerology. In numerology, 1 represents obviously a beginning and 2 represents manifestation. So this full moon we just had was the first lunation after eclipse season. So that's doubling down and making this time even more ripe for manifestation. Manifesting right now is just easier with the energies. We decide where we go now and what we manifest now. That's the theme. So we're also seeing more lucid dreaming, as I just said, and also having more moments of precognition, telepathy, connecting with other people, more just ascension abilities, ascension symptoms, and things like time slips, Mandela effects, stuff like that. But most important is this instant manifestation we're experiencing. So if you have noticed that, it's a really good time to jump on that energy and then just get stuff done, because you're going to see results just quicker lately. I know for me that is 100% what's been happening. So this portal we're in is bringing a powerful energetic timeline shift where we can see big changes actually manifest in the physical and big revelations, like truth being exposed on a global scale, major changes for the better. This is just what the energy is conducive for. So we're finally seeing results of all the hard work we've been putting in over the last 6 months. We're just seeing things finally manifest in the physical. And then as we move into the new year of 2022, we're closing out this 2021 energy with a crescendo. We're only 2 months away from America's Pluto return in February. So we're going to see some major shakeups leading up to that. Major changes, everything basically being flipped upside down in a good way. And move into even more intense manifestation energies in this 2022 year. 2022 is going to bring a wave of fresh energy. As we close out the 2021 year, it is time for us to celebrate all that we've gone through, all that we've survived, and then flip that and celebrate to bring in this new positive energy and what we want to see and what we want to manifest in 2022. So the time of year around Yule is about birth, cycles ending, compassion, family, generosity, giving, warmth, communal celebration, feasting, nostalgia, restoration, silence, sleep, rest, relaxation, hibernation, falling in sync with the darkness, healing, appreciation, gratitude, contemplation, and looking inward, doing a yearly review or evaluation and reflection with yourself. The energies have this major theme of retreating, going within, solitude, hibernation. And then there's also the other side where there's celebration, family, festivity. So it's honoring the dark and taking the time for renewal, but then also a time to rejoice at the return of the light. It's a magical time. You can feel the magic in the air. It brings on nostalgia, triggers for people, and just love and appreciation for our fellow human. You can see the magic with children and Santa. It's a great time to rejoice because the light is returning. There is a promise of the end of struggles in the cold, dark winter that we're facing. But within darkness, there appears to be a lot of nothingness, but it's actually a perfect time to address fears, challenges, and obstacles in that void, in the darkness. If we go back and honor the ancestors at this time, they were just trying to wait out the winter time and survive. They just had the harvest from the year to live on. Like, they had it so much worse than us. They lived with the seasons, though, and they depended so much more on the earth for survival. They were more in tune and linked with the earth than we are. So it's a great time to look back and honor that and be appreciative for how much easier most of us have it now, and how little we have to do now, how little our survival depends on that connection with the earth. I mean, that connection is being severed now. So always going back, tapping into our roots. This is what's important. So the quiet, snow-packed atmosphere we see is like, especially at night with the stars shining, if there's a blanket of fresh snow, the earth is so peaceful. There's just this aura of serenity. This is really the winter energy. Instead of resisting, to really tap in and sink into that peaceful, quiet calm where you can take status and inventory of yourself, and that feeling of like the peaceful, quiet moon on this fresh snow. That is what I envision Reiki energy to be like, that feeling, and visually that with the sparkles too. But the natural world right now is gaining force as the earth is sleeping, and it's gaining momentum for this coming spring. So we should really align our bodies and our routines and our routines in the same way if we can. Winter is also a time of resilience. It's mirroring in the changes we're seeing in our lives. So go outside, spend time playing out in the snow, and breathe in that cold, fresh air. Just take advantage of what little daylight there is, go out in the morning. Observe nature as well. Connect with it and tap in. Take note of what the animals are doing, how they're approaching the colder temperatures and the rougher season. Take note of what animals are still around. Are there any totem animals? What is there a message that they're trying to tell you? They've been preparing as well for winter. They're not sitting there waiting and complaining, They're going to do what it takes to survive without complaint, and they're going to do their best to enjoy their existence. Winter is tough, so it's about looking within and finding the fire within ourselves to keep ourselves warm until spring. And as in humans, like nature, only the strongest survive. So some symbols for this time to tap into, align with, and honor. For colors, we can celebrate the color green, which represents abundance, life, living evergreen that thrives all winter, and then wealth and beginnings. The color gold, which represents gifts, prosperity, richness. Red, which is vitality, fire, inner and outer fire. Life force, holly berries, poinsettias. And then white, which is clean, calm, snow, peace, a fresh slate, silence, protection, and grace. Some herbs and trees to potentially work with at this time. Be careful that if any are harmful to animals or pets to have in the home. I believe mistletoe and poinsettia are potentially poisonous. So cinnamon. Cinnamon helps us access astral and the spiritual realms. It represents authority, intuition, strength, psychic abilities. Cloves. Cloves are attraction, divination, healing, power, protection, purification, intuition. Ivy, which represents birth, renewal, transformation, and vitality. Mistletoe, which is romance, aphrodisiac, healing, wellness, peace, protection. Evergreen, again, aromatherapy purposes, happiness, nostalgia, rebirth, and then everlasting life. Nutmeg, which is alertness, health, inspiration, intelligence, and it's whimsical. Peppermint for calm, relaxation, inner child soothing, and divination. Pine, which represents fertility, health, celebration, honor, faith, and prosperity. Cedar is for banishing, courage, determination, discipline, and purification. Holly is reconciliation, web weaving, wishes, luck, strength, and poinsettia is chakra balancing, generational honoring, and energy enhancements. And then you have plain old wood smoke, which is just good for clearing, raising the vibration, tapping in with your inner child, nostalgia, that type of thing. Some crystals to wear right now. Onyx. Onyx is for balancing the physical and spiritual energies. It's also great for grounding and protection. Tanzanite, it dispels negative energy. It also lifts depression and it supports mental clarity. Turquoise is for contentment, healing, power, protection. And then zircon, which is calming and healing. And then a few more crystals that I recommend specifically for new beginnings, moving into this new year. Clear quartz is for mental clarity and decisiveness. Green calcite, that's like renewal opportunities. Peacock ore for gratitude and positivity. Amethyst for balance and protection. Rainbow moonstone for embracing change. And pyrite for willpower and resilience. So, also some totem animals, like I mentioned before, flying reindeer. So the idea that the powerful stag is given wings, that's like the ultimate power and luck, good fortune. Symbol of the forest god as well, who reigns during winter. And I've been seeing a lot of white deer symbology has just been popping up a lot for me. And I looked into what that means. And it actually, when you see, especially in the wild, a white, like all white deer, very rare, but it's a symbol for something amazing and luck incoming. So I keep seeing this. I haven't seen it in the physical, but I just keep seeing it online or pictures or someone mentions it. Any totem animal that you're seeing a lot, definitely look into the deeper meaning of that, because that's been coming up a lot for me. Like, if you see certain animals that are out interacting during a harsh winter, what can you learn from them? It's just the white deer to me also represents this like feminine, motherly, nurturing energy, and just sort of like the return of the feminine energy coming back, and the goddess energy of earth, but also, on the astral, on the etheric level, the return of the divine feminine in the individual and in the collective. And then, like looking at these animals, how do they adapt to winter? They develop thickening of their coat. We have to do something similar. We have to align our energies with the energies of the season going on around us. That's how we preserve ourselves. Look at some animals camouflage. They hibernate. Some change their sleeping patterns to sleep more. Some migrate. But they're all demonstrating resilience and this idea of self-preservation. Again, we've really severed our tie to nature, and this is a great lesson for us to connect back in what we can learn from nature and the animal kingdom. So again, back to the symbology wreaths that we see around Christmas time. This again represents this, especially made of evergreen, it represents this everlasting life, this everlasting cycle of the seasons of life, and then like community and celebration. It's a magical, sacred space. And then we have the Yule log, which is cleansing, it's blessing, it brings good luck and warmth and comfort into the family. We sit there with the family and we have this moment of warmth and happiness. And it's said that if you burn your Yule log on until the morning on Christmas, it's considered a good omen for the year to come. And then some people save a piece of their Christmas tree from the previous year as their Yule log, which I thought that was a really cool idea. The Yule log dates back a very long time, so do wreaths and some of these other traditions. One thing I wanted to share is doing a Christmas simmer pot for fragrance on the stove. If you get a large cooking pan and you add 2 sliced oranges, 1 sliced lemon, 2 cinnamon sticks, 3 small pine branches, cranberries, obviously water, and then simmer all of that. You keep that low on the stove, and then the whole house will smell Christmassy and amazing. And then one more thing I like to do, they're called luminarias, but it's another tradition where you get a small paper bag, sandwich bag, and you fill the bottom with sand or kitty litter, and then you place a votive candle in it and you light it, and then it glows through the bag and it provides this like soft golden light. You can line them down your walkway. They're very pretty, cheap, but they have a big impact, and they're, bring back the nostalgia feeling. They're great to keep up lining the streets even up until New Year's Eve where people are out and about. And then you can also use mason jars to do the same thing. It's just very beautiful. And it's nice to just go out and walk around and check out other people's lights and decorations and just take in the snow and the atmosphere, and then have some hot chocolate, some peppermint whipped cream, white hot chocolate, put some Bailey's mulled wine or glog tea, hot toddies too, which is lemon, honey, alcohol, boiling water, and a cinnamon stick, stuff like that, just really taking care of yourself and honoring this nostalgia that we feel this time of year, and the need to just be warm and comfortable inside near a fire. Also, again, honoring traditions in the family and your ancestors and loved ones who are no longer with us by baking traditional recipes, baking treats that they liked, honoring previous generations, decorating the home, using decorations that were handed down that have sentimental meaning, watching old Christmas specials, old vintage music to honor the inner child and honor those loved ones you have memories with, and just tapping into that collective magic that you feel in the air. Decorating a Christmas tree if you like, if you celebrate Christmas, or just hanging lights on one outside. Do whatever holiday tradition, personally I do celebrate Christmas, and whatever holiday tradition makes you feel good, what you believe in, honoring your family and your beliefs. Seasonal traditions really tie us to our past, Past generations just were way more in tune with nature and each other. I feel they weren't as disconnected by technology and social media. People lived more harmoniously together and with the earth, and everything just flowed better. We could really learn from that, to flow with the same rhythms. It just reduces resistance, creates flow in our everyday lives, and this evoking this nostalgia of times past just gives our lives a lot of depth and richness. And it provides us with a rudder to steer through the years of changing seasons. If we have these traditions that tie it all together, it just provides a thread of meaning in our lives. The world is, it's going to turn with or without us, so we might as well flow with it the best we can and enjoy it despite what we see going on around us. And really, combining the old and the new, so that you're honoring the past and family traditions, but you're also creating something enjoyable that works for you and is meaningful for you and doesn't create more stress during this time. And then gift giving is, it's a symbol of love and appreciation. It's not about spending tons of money. It's just the thought that you put in something, the thought behind something. Homemade gifts are oftentimes better, come more from the heart. Taking time out now to, away from work, taking time to spend with the family, you know, just all tucked inside your house with your animals and taking a moment of appreciation for what, you know, that's what this year is all about. We move from Thanksgiving into this Christmassy energy and wrapping up the year in celebration, you know, no matter what you believe, what you celebrate. Coming back to the basics of what really matters. It's good to have that perspective. It's good to have that one time a year where we really do come back into that, and so that we just don't lose ourselves. And then acts of charity to those who are less fortunate. If you can donate some clothes, canned goods, if you craft, donate whatever you create, even if it's just the smallest thing that could really touch someone this time of year who's alone. It can be a really triggering, sad time for people. People really, you know, tend to feel sadder during these winter months and the holidays. There's a lot of people who are feeling depressed. It's so dark out in this part of the world, where I am at least. And people are just losing hope with what we're experiencing. So that's why I want to do videos like this, to kind of reel it in and take a hold of the energy that we're all feeling, to sort of put a name to it. You know, like, we can identify this ominous energy we're all feeling. Maybe someone won't feel as alone, even just a little. So I wanted to just give some tips and tools to help you get through it, because better times are coming. We're going to be able to thrive. And I think in the end, we're going to be better off, because we'll no longer be living under an illusion. You know, this is just this birthing process we're in now, on the way to New Earth. And we all knew it wasn't going to be easy. I think we're all just really being tested right now spiritually. And no one is having the most fun right now. That needs to change, though. So moving into 2022, we have this whole new energy, and I think we can all feel that regardless of what our personal experience is right now. Now is the time where we can really just reach down and emerge renewed come springtime. And just use this as an opportunity. You know, we should do that anytime we face any challenge. Always flip the negative energy to create something for the higher. Don't let the negative win. You know, it's the idea of, rather than spending the entire winter tucked away inside your warm home, which is tempting, it's really healthier for the mind, body, and spirit to go out and embrace the winter, you know, to go skiing, or just a quick walk, you know, bundle up, walk down the road and back. If we put up too much resistance to this energy and you know, what we're experiencing, then it's just creating more resistance. And we want to use instead the winter months, the winter month energy more as like a springboard, like we do with every other season. So magic is in the air right now. It's the time of year for miracles and unexpected blessings and magic with the children, nostalgia, Santa. There's something magical about waking up in the morning and seeing the once green lawn just covered in this blanket of snow. It's like a magic wand was waved over the landscape overnight and just transformed it overnight. So it's really reminiscent to the story of Santa Claus, if you happen to live in a wintry climate where, you know, while you're sleeping, there's this magic unfolding. So around the winter solstice, Yule, it is a great time to do magic. And it is a great time for doing releasing spells or rituals, just that is super powerful around the summer solstice to do like manifestation spells. So longest night of the year is December 21st. So it's using that to your advantage to release the things you want to leave behind in 2021. So doing an honoring spell or a ceremony to draw in good luck and fortune for the coming year. And at midnight on the winter solstice. And then on the day before, and then on Christmas Eve. Okay, because this day also holds the same energy of that like heightened winter magic. So midnight on the winter solstice and then Christmas Eve are the two super powerful days for magic. So there's something about working with Christmas Eve where it's like this balance between what is and what's to come. It's kind of like portal magic. And the same thing like New Year's Eve. It's bridging the old and the new, pulling from the past and calling in what your future holds. It's like a transformation threshold energy. It's the same idea how we want to align our magic with the full moon for manifestation, calling things in, and then the new moon for releasing, vanishing. And then I also heard a like old wives' tale or whatever that if you open all the doors in your house on midnight at Yule, so midnight on the 21st, evil and unkind spirits will depart. So if you have a haunted house, try that. And then I also heard if you put holly and ivy leaves under your pillow on New Year's Eve, you will dream of your future husband, but you have to repeat this charm. Oh, ivy green and holly red, tell me, whom I shall wed. So someone do that and tell me if it works. And then I want to close this up with a releasing spell that I wanted to share if anyone feels called to actually do a ceremony. Obviously, make sure that you do a protection clearing first. Cast a circle. Call in your guides for protection. Don't work with any dark energies. But if you are interested in white magic, this is a really simple ceremony that you can do. So, it's a releasing spell. So you will fill a bowl with water. Possibly, if you can, from the ocean or lake. If not, it's fine. You can take water and put some pink Himalayan salt in it or a natural sea salt. And then you're going to place the bowl on the ground in front of you and light a floating candle in the bowl. Okay? Then you're going to drop in rose oil or pink petals or leaves into the water. If you have pink crystals, you can also put that in the water to enhance the ritual. Then you're going to write on a piece of paper what you want to release. It can be a word, a sentence, paragraphs, whatever you feel is necessary to purge. So you're going to read that out loud, what you wrote, and then you're going to immerse the piece of paper in the water so that the painful energy radiating from the memories can be released into the water and transformed. So then the flame from the floating candle is a purifier and will neutralize any negativity emanating from the note, so with the salt and the crystals and everything. And also it symbolizes our firm intention to let go of any pain attached. Then once you're done that, you're going to burn some sage at the end of the ritual, and that will assist in changing the atmosphere and grounding and centering yourself. And then you can also drink a glass of water with a few sprinkles of pink Himalayan salt to ground yourself as well. Okay, so that was a lot, but I also want to do some oracle polls if you're still listening. I had a few general questions I wanted to pose about the energies right now, and then we'll do a tarot reading as well. So this video is getting long, but just hang in there. Okay, so first I want to pull from the Rumi deck, which I love to do, which I would like to know, what can we expect to see in the next 2 months, energy-wise and the physical. What can we expect to see in the energies in the next 2 months, taking us into Imbolc, which is February 1st, which is going to be here before we know it, which is crazy. So, let's see what we get. Sacred Union. So, some people are probably going to be meeting people. That's exciting. This is card number 19. Okay. So, this card comes to tell us that no matter what has been, what has succeeded and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life without failure, without exception, and that is love. If It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not push yourself aside, turn your eyes down, and pretend you cannot see by the world. Be bold, claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know that sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. So I know this time of year can bring up a lot of feelings of sadness if you are single or if you're going through some sort of separation. This card to me really feels like you are going to meet someone, you are going to come into union with someone, or you at least have someone around Christmas, New Year's to have some fun with. I think that's a really great sign. And then I'd like to pull one unicorn card. Maybe I'll do a couple unicorn cards. Just see what we get here, because I really like this new deck. It's super positive. It's got super good energy. Maybe let's do 3 unicorn cards. And then I'll do 3 inner child cards as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Be a beacon. Card number 36. Be an inspiration, light the way for others. So make sure you're staying in that high vibration joy if you can. I know there's a lot going on. We may be fighting with family members about our belief systems, but try to be that light and that beacon of joy if you can for someone else. The next card I pulled was card number 1, which is your personal unicorn. It says, bathe in pure love, stay open to unicorn magic. So again, releasing resistance and living in the moment and just being happy. I mean, that's great advice always, but especially now during this really triggering time, this triggering season for people. And then card number 29, which is Mahatma energy. Build your light body, accelerate your ascension. So again, it's just all about staying in high vibration, staying in love vibration, being in gratitude, thankful, spending time with your family, loved ones, putting your differences aside for now if you can. I know it's not easy. And then let's do a couple inner child cards. I'll pull 3 of these. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, great. The first card I pulled was spend time in nature, which I've already said in this a bunch. The beauty of nature offers our souls unlimited nourishment. Go outside today and connect with the earth. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Touch the softness of a plant. Listen to the babble of a stream. Dig your toes into the rich soil and feel yourself connected to this wondrous place we call home. The next card was practice freedom. This is also something I kind of mentioned. Judgments that have been placed upon us by ourselves or by others can shackle us, stealing our joy and will to live. Take time to remove these judgments, writing down what you have believed in the past to be true. Do not let these judgments define you. Release personal mistakes and criticisms, practicing forgiveness with yourself. So that, I feel, it also goes back to any issues we may be having right now with family that we may see home, if we go home for the holidays. Just try to remain in your center, but also we want to remain true to ourselves. You know, we don't want to let these people get to us, but we also don't want to cave and not stand up for ourselves if we're being disrespected. So then the last card I pulled was become aware. Create space today to connect with your body. Find a comfortable place and close your eyes, bringing your awareness to your physical form. How does it feel? What does it speak to you? Do hidden emotions reside within? After you've connected with your body, ask yourself what your body needs in this moment. Yes, so putting yourself first without apologizing. You know, a lot of us become drained because we do things for other people so much. We want to make sure that we are putting ourselves first. We are taking care of ourselves and our happiness and our needs. Okay, and then I forgot I got this new deck. I'll pull one card. It's called the Rebel deck, the Oracle with Attitude. It's like the Rebel unicorn deck. So this is it's a sarcastic deck. It's pretty great. Okay, so the card says, don't believe every shitty thought you have. Thoughts can be sneaky, lying bastards. I like that. Yeah. So enough with the negative self-doubt and the ideas. You know, this was something someone said to me today, not to listen to the ideas that other people have implanted in you. When it's like gaslighting, when someone tries to tell you who you are and you know that they're wrong, you know. Don't let those ideas take hold in your mind and say, maybe they're right, maybe there is something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. They're trying to control you. So, you know, stop with the self-hatred, because I guarantee nobody is thinking that about you. A lot of the negativity is a lot of us do this negative self-talk. I do this. I have the same problem, you know. A lot of us are a lot harder on ourselves than other people are on us. So I'm shuffling right now, and I'm going to do a 4-card tarot spread that I wanted to do. This is a Christmas, Yule, Winter Solstice 4-card spread. So card number 1 is going to represent the person that we are reading for. It's the signifier. I'm doing this for the collective, but this is also for probably a lot of the individuals who are listening to this video. So if it doesn't resonate, this message is not for you. But specifically, I am thinking of the collective energies and what most are going to experience at this time. Okay, card number 1. Okay. So I have the 4 cards here, and I'm going to go through each one. So card number 1, again, is the signifier. It represents the person that I'm reading for. The card I pulled was the King of Pentacles reversed. So this could represent a masculine earth sign. It could be somebody, it doesn't have to be a masculine. It could be, again, an earth sign, but it is a more masculine energy. It is somebody, also it could be somebody prominent in their career, or something is going on, issues with money, issues with career, an over-obsession, over-focus with career, managing finances, but also like material goods. It's someone that can also be putting a little bit of their job before their relationships with other people. Someone that is kind of being narcissistic and letting their wealth go to their head, or, you know, kind of screwing people over they love because of their job. This is an imbalance. The King of Pentacles upright is a successful businessman and abundance. So the reverse of that is there's something going on with the career. Okay, so card number 2 is the card of contemplation. This is what are you thinking about right now and how you're being affected right now. So like the mind, what's going on personally for people, what people are thinking about, what is happening for people. So this card, I got the 8 of Swords reversed, and this is the feeling of feeling limited. It can kind of feel like a victim of circumstance. it can also be, again, limiting self-belief. A lot of it, because the Eight of Swords upright is this victim feeling trapped. So reversed, it could be you're limiting yourself. You're placing shackles on yourself with negative self-talk. So maybe you're being too hard on yourself when it comes to making money or your job. You feel like you should be further along than you are. It's being like an inner critic. It's using past experiences to limit and remain shackled. It's being your own worst enemy. It's just being a victim of the circumstance. Like being a victim, but it not really being something tangible. It also could be like a new perspective on something. So maybe this is an opportunity to realize that a lot of us are creating our own crap. Okay, card number 3 we're going to flip back to is the card of celebration and action. So this is how you're going to move forward after this year and what is coming next for you. And for this, I pulled the Page of Wands, which is all about speaking your truth. It's about expressing yourself. It's about new creative endeavors. It is also whistleblower behavior. It's like finally speaking up, for standing up for something, calling somebody out who's been doing something that you didn't feel like you could call them out. Maybe they have too much power over you. This is also somebody who's like up for anything, you know, it's like excitement, freedom, exploration. Someone's spiritual journey is calling them. There's explosive creativity, enthusiasm, inspiration. They're being called by their guides. They're being directed. They're being fearless. And then finally, to close this reading up, the 4th card is this is the card of light. This is about realization and success. As the sun and light reappear, where is spring going to find you? So the card I pulled for this is the Fool reversed. So this is about having to, don't be naive, be serious. It's about having to grow up and get serious and be realistic with yourself. It can also be having the wool pulled off over your eyes and waking up and being like, oh my God, like having this aha moment and coming to Jesus moment where you realize you've been preaching something that was completely incorrect. You need a reality check and you need to just get serious and like it's not cute anymore. You know, it can be like foolishness. It could be holding back. But it is a little bit of, you know, a need to don't be naive. Just don't be naive. Be realistic. So that's that, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The links to leave me a donation or a tip are in the description below, but they are paypal.me/theBellaImelda and then Cash App BellaImelda. If you're interested in booking a private remote session with me, please email me at bella_melda@yahoo.com. The menu is in the description below for my pricing. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I love you. Until next time, bye.